What up? It's your boy Wall Street, and I'm back. And today, got a special video for you guys. I actually had somebody comment on one of the previous videos that they wanted me to make a video about this guy. And little did they know that I had this in the works. I had been planning to make a video about this player. So, great minds think alike. And shout out to everybody that's commenting on the videos. Keep commenting if there's a video you guys want me to make, or a certain player, team, what have you that's going on in basketball. Please leave a comment down below, and I'll be sure to, give you guys my opinion on it. No problem. But let's dive into it. If you guys have been watching me for a little bit now, you know that there's nothing I love more than a motherfucker that plays defense. Okay? And Peyton Watson on the Denver Nuggets may just be the most severely underrated defender from the wing position in the league right now. And I say that with the utmost confidence because this guy is doing things on the defensive side of the ball that I personally have not seen before, right? This dude is 6'8". Some places say 6'7", but he's like 6'7", 6'8". Plays the small forward and the shooting guard. He's about 200 pounds. He's 22 years old. He's going to turn 23 here in September. And he was the 30th overall pick, the last pick of the first round in the 2022 NBA draft. He was on the 2023 NBA championship squad in Denver. And he has averaged over a block per game for the last two seasons. In the 23-24 season, averaged 1.1 blocks per game in 80 games played. Only 18.6 minutes per game. And then this past season, the 24-25 season, averaged 1.4 blocks per game and 0.7 steals in 68 games played. And he's shown improvement offensively as well, every year. He hasn't been, the most consistent shooter. He's got to get better at his three-point shot, career three-point shooter of about 33%. But has improved his scoring numbers every season. Went from 3.3 points per game his rookie season, then 6.7, and then 8.1 points per game this past year. So, for context as well, his career average per 36 minutes in blocks per game is 2.1, right? And that's insane. Excuse me, that's insane. The only people that I can remember from like the guard spot or the wing spot that were getting blocks like this on a consistent basis was like Dwayne Wade and, maybe John Wall, right? John Wall had a couple of really nasty chase down blocks in his time. Dwayne Wade was a pretty good shot blocker for being, 6'3", 6'4". But this is a little different. I'm going to post a video in the description of, the Nuggets posted like a highlight reel of his blocks throughout the season, and this guy's blocking floaters. The most impressive one I saw was he blocked a game-winning shot attempt, which was a floater by Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, the now reigning MVP of the league, reigning NBA champion, blocked his shot to win the game for the Nuggets, right? And guys, I'm going to just let you know, blocking a floater from a guy that's, Shai is 6'5", 6'6", on a game-winning shot, and he's only 2 inches taller than him, like that's really tough to do. And this guy has a pretty, long wingspan. I think his wingspan's like 7 foot or 7'1", something crazy like that. But it's just, it's really impressive. Really, really impressive. And he needs to get better at rebounding. Is not the best rebounder for his career thus far. Career average about 3.1 rebounds per game. His off-ball defense in terms of staying like glued to a guy, like if he's got a face guard Steph Curry or somebody like that, is not the best. But his help side defense and his ability to recover on defense when getting stifled or, an offensive player kind of, does a dribble move and it catches him going in the wrong direction or off guard, he recovers so quickly. It's really impressive. So I really urge you next season, watch the Denver Nuggets play and just watch how this guy plays defense. Because you rarely see guys that are at this position getting blocks and deflections like this, and his ability to make those recoveries and still make a play on the ball is really rare. It's just extremely rare, right? So his on-ball defense is pretty good. I think that's definitely not his best defensive attribute, but his wingspan really helps him get deflections, like I was saying. He's a pretty good pick-and-roll defender, mainly because he can guard smaller guys and bigs. So that's really tough, for opposing players to deal with. And he's just a versatile dude, like, all around, right? He's got to get better at not committing fouls, but it's hard to blame a guy for trying to contest a shot and winding up getting the foul, because you rarely know what the ref's going to call on any given night, and it's just it can turn into something that wouldn't be a foul in other games, but he's got to cut down on the fouling. But I think in time he'll learn how to kind of defend a little bit more. What's the word I'm looking for? A little bit more intelligently, right? He's got all of the tools to be, frankly, like a defensive player of the year candidate. He's just got to figure out how to really guard guys without getting into foul trouble so he can stay in the games longer. But he's going to be a restricted free agent next summer, right? So the summer of 2026. And I mean, restricted free agency has been pretty rough for guys in this year's, free agency class. Guys like Josh Giddey, Cam Thomas, Jonathan Kuminga, they're kind of at stalemates with their current teams, not really getting offers from other teams. But I feel like a guy like Peyton Watson is going to be very coveted for pretty much any NBA team. And since he's still not really at that level where he's putting up double-digit points per game, he's not a consistent starter, he can probably still sign somewhere for a decent amount of money, but it's not going to be an unpayable amount where these teams are going to think that they're getting ripped off in a sense, right? So it's going to be interesting to see what happens with him. But the other thing I want to talk about is, and this just goes to show you that you never know how a guy's going to turn out in the league based on what he does in college or before he gets to the league. Peyton Watson might have had one of the worst stat profiles heading into the league, right? He spent 1 year at UCLA, and his stats for that one season were 32 games played, 12.7 minutes per game, shot 32% from the field, 22% from three, 68% from the free throw line, 2.9 rebounds, 0.8 assists, 0.6 steals, 0.6 blocks, 3.3 points per game. Right, and everybody wants to go and attack Bronny because Bronny had a horrible college career. But look at what Peyton Watson's doing now, just after a couple years in the league, right? So it just goes to show you that if you work hard at something and you're able to just get your foot in the door, you can really make an impact, right? So everybody that's saying that Bronny doesn't deserve to be in the league, give him a couple more years. Let him pan out. Bronny has the tools to be a good defender in a different way than Peyton Watson is a good defender, but they both have great defensive tools and athleticism. So that's really all I got, guys. Peyton Watson, in my opinion, the most underrated wing defender in the league right now. But I'd love to hear what you guys think. So please leave some comments down below. Let me know what it is and what's up. And I'm going to catch you guys later, man. Stay up, stay blessed, stay safe, stay humble, handle business, stand on business. Peace out.